seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Bad rider!
You may now select your heroes.
Surya selatan deh. Surya selatan.
Thirty seconds to battle. The battle begins.
Don't mind me.
First blood.
First blood.
Invisibility.
Check out!
Dire are scanning. Radiant structures are fortified.
Finders, keepers.
Regeneration.
I'm out! Behold!
Oh, look at it go!
Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire are scanning.
Bountiful.
Double endurance run.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's courier has been killed.
Rezo, if he gets pressured upon again, we'll have that to rely on.
So they do have Lasso now on Ghost Stick, so same kind of scenario. They still need to have a pre-sentry ward down so they can see where Matu is, and then 1 or 2 stacks, they can go for that dive with the bounty. But it's still a very hard kill with all those spiderlings around. Matu looks like he's going for a Deso rush too, and he's going to have it very soon, to be honest. He's about 500 gold away from that Desolator if he wants to get it right off the bat. It's pretty absurd.
Look at this mid lane, they're eyeing a Miracle. They do have Dream Coil to set up to allow Ghost Stick to close the gap. Has got Lasso, will get it off, but already Miracle, he got the first heal. Now the charge from Kuro onto 3. Miracle is just going to look to turn. The Reaper sight comes down, Roger's gone. The rest of Empire have to back up. And this really is the problem now. Because of the start Miracle has, it takes so long to even get close to bringing him down that there's more than enough time for Liquid to react.
He's got so many stat items, plus the range drop. So he absorbed a lot of that damage that's coming out. Right now, it's actually the majority of Empire's heroes, it's all magical. It's really just the Weaver who's going to be delivering that physical aspect.
So much pressure on Resolution's Weaver to perform here because that is where Empire did put the focus on making this safe lane happen. But elsewhere, I mean, already just 9 minutes in, starting to get this 3k gold lead. And as you say, with Matumba's build, very close to having this Deso. It's going to be sort of a pre-10-minute Desolator. I mean, Liquid, they've got the lineup that they could just group up, they could push. It's one of the methods as the panel were talking about to deal with the bounty hunter lineup. And if things go Liquid's way, this game could be over around the 20-minute mark.
Yeah, he's got Deso. I mean, that's one of the fastest Desolators I've ever seen built up.
Empire have to somehow find some way to sort of stop this 5-man from coming together. GH will be found in the jungle. Resolution should be able to get the solo kill here. DD does, so Rezo still doing as much as he can. Bottom lane, Maposhka getting gone up on by mind control. Rezo is coming in. Ghost Stick with the TP as well. Doesn't quite have the lasso, but with the Maledict upon mind control,
he's buying out all his items.
He's going to be falling low. He's going to go down. Rezo picking up the double kill. Scaling him up. He's now on the same net worth pretty much as Matumba Man.
Yeah, you know, they tri-lane to secure this Weaver's farm, and it's happening. But Bounty Hunter.
That's a massive comment. Look how much that Deso. It had the Deso. I think it had the Veil.
Oh my goodness, that's such a...
That's one of the biggest courier snipes I think we've seen here on the main stage.
Yeah, it's at 10 minutes. Like, that fact that it's that early with that many items on it is super significant. Matu still is going to be able to pressure the top lane very well, though, as that Broodmother gets it down to half health, and more than half health.
What a snipe to have there. Yeah. We'll see how much of a hold it does put onto Liquid's momentum, but yeah, definitely a sizable pick off there from Roger. Roger very, very close to nearing that level 6 as well. So something that's certainly going to help Empire recover on these other cores. Yeah, he's gone on. Might sometime here. Still goes down. Maybe they can get a kill in return. This is a good paralyzing cast. And with the lasso as well dragging Miracle back. Resolution's turned up as well with the bunch out. These would be massive kills. And with the Dream Coil, they might just get them, and they do. They take down both Miracle and Kuroki. Big response there from Empire.
All 4 of them making that rotation in, literally everybody. Rezo being extremely involved, as he needs to be. You know, he's the strongest hero on his team at the moment. He has to be making those rotations, those plays around first, to make sure that his team doesn't fall behind. Bounty about to get 6, as you were mentioning. Get that track online. My control popped it randomly.
He's aware of it, yeah. Pops it just straight away.
Scan, through the scan first. No, it did seem like he knew that the bounty was in the area.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
But now, same thing. Matu takes that top tower, another 1,400 gold. We have to wait for that courier, though. That courier has all of their big items on it, as you mentioned.
And I think, you know, Roger's courier snipe there may have sort of saved him dying immediately into the Reaper's side. If there was a better Discord in that fight, he would have popped under the ultimate. Down bottom, gets the track out. FN in the neighborhood as well. They'll head forward with their own Veil, bursting this Spirit Breaker down. And with Roger closing the gap, they look to get this one. This is going to be a bit of a track kill. And they'll get it. FN takes the touch. Track kills begin to come into play. Empire certainly starting to slow down that very much lead that Liquid had. Still the 3k, but it started to level off at that moment. It was sharply veering in favor of Liquid. Empire managed to stabilize the lead that Liquid have.
GH has resorted completely to the jungle now. Since his team is forcing so much pressure on the map, he has a lot of more room to try to farm that first step.
Dire's middle tower.
They have a very strong push lineup, though. When they can actually group together with this Necro, with the Beastmaster. Oh, actually stopped the TP.
Absolutely worth there for Roger. How's the TP? The build continues from Matumba, going for the Mask of Madness on this Brood, so certainly going to speed up the farm, speeds up the push as well.
Imagine if he had his Deso. He'd be even more farmed than this.
He's going to have
12
it
minutes, and he's got Deso, Mask of Madness, and Soul Ring. It's absurd. Level 12 already on this Brood.
Illusion.
Down bottom lane, middle of the smoke. They want to try and catch Mind Control, straight in with the Blink Dagger reveal from Ghosty. They grab him, bring him back with a Maledict upon him. There's no hope here for the Beastmaster as Mind Control gets caught out, taken down. Another kill for Resolution, putting him closer towards that ultimate orb.
He's already got one. Yeah, he's gonna have the really fast link sphere. That's pretty relevant this game to not get picked off so much by the Spirit Breaker Beastmaster.
Radiant's
But
top
however, he does
tower
have
is
all
under
majority of the
attack.
kills on his team, so if he does get brought down, a big surge of gold will go toward Liquid if they're able to actually isolate him.
I mean, you see it as well.
Kuroki
Sentry
places the
down.
sentry.
Liquid getting right back to the base before getting that courier out again.
Oh, that's
Dire's
good.
bottom tower is under attack.
So that there's no chance of Roger being in the neighborhood. For the time being, Roger up towards the top.
If Matu lost this courier, he'd be so sad. He's got like 5,000 gold.
This is nice. That's straight away with the Mask of Man. It's a large spider army in the Desolator.
And Medallion, they've got Beastmaster, they've got the Aura, they've got more than enough to bring this
This
down.
is going to fall down incredibly quickly, and with the position that Empire in elsewhere on the map, very unlikely that they're going to head over to this spot.
Matu's not even using Insatiable Hunger. That's how confident he is they're going to get this one. So for the push, he's going to be able to use that for the fight. Just trying to hold on to it.
Your shrine has fallen to the dark.
14 minutes. This Broodmother is a menace.
Yeah, and Liquid can seriously think about getting the push together once again now, looking towards some of these tier 2s if they wish. Rezo gets himself the Arcane Rune.
They can continue just forcing pressure and forcing Empire to react to them. While, like we were talking about, the very important thing is GH's Ags, and slowly but surely,
Radiant's middle tower.
sitting in the jungle.
I mean, this is the big kill. They will have to do it twice. It looks like they may do it the once. They have the track upon him, now trying to steal with the Insatiable Hunger, but he's held back by the Dream Coil. But to a man, silenced as well. That's one kill. Can they do it a second time, though? GH in the neighborhood. Empire going to come back in. They've got the lasso. They saved it for the second round. Dragging Matumba Man back. Tracks upon him again. Roger trying to fight him, and with the burst from FN, they'll take him down. Aegis gone.
3-man track as well.
Very nice kill there. Bringing down the Broodmother twice. And taking the Aegis away from Liquid that quickly after they pick it up. Big plays there from Empire. Bottom lane, Rezo.
Matu's playing in a very aggressive stance there in enemy jungle farming. While his team's everyone else was completely away from him. Nobody else was playing around Matu there.
Dire's top tower
Well,
is
maybe
under
seeing if they can make a
attack.
play happen here. Rezo and Roger. Nice towards Miracle. The bugs are out upon him.
He's got no TP, so they will be chasing for a bit, but there is backup from Liquid approaching.
Well, doesn't quite have the Primal Roar back up. Indeed, yeah, a little too hard for Rezo and Roger to chase down.
Kuroki just went on a big warding expedition. Just got three very deep wards, watching a lot of what Empire is going to be doing in the next couple minutes. And yeah, here we see the sticky napalm is super obnoxious for Broodmother, having one of the worst turn rates in the game, unable to actually focus on anybody with that Insatiable Hunger. They're looking to go on into again.
They might get away with it, Post-it. Can he close this gap? Got the orb for him. I'm going to jump in, and at the moment just trying to keep him forced back away from this. Again, this is sort of the similar sort of play that we saw from Empire in previous games, where they have the four of them working together. Rezo just giving that bottom lane, making sure that Weaver continues to find the space.
Got the Lincolns nice and early. Treads and Aquila.
6-0-2, a KDA that we've become very much used to seeing on Rezo in the early stages of the game. Very, very few deaths on this map.
Radiant are scanning.
They get the scan out onto what they would probably think is GH. GH has literally just been jungling still. He's been about 7 minutes, getting closer and closer toward that Aghanim. Goes for the 4-step first, as always. But Liquid is very content with some farm, letting Empire make mistakes and go under pressure. Roger
They're
gets
going
caught out.
on him with the Veil upon him and the Reaper's side. There's no escape for that man. Resolution's going to try and turn the Ghost Stick, jumping forward with the lasso. Will grab the Spirit Breaker. Kuro down. Do lose 2 for in the long run, so Liquid are happy with this one. If they can get Rezo, that would be massive. But the Linkers protects him.
Ghost Stick getting slowed up a lot here, but gets to the high ground.
So Liquid definitely showing us, you know, once they can get a lead in like that, they can find the trades, come out on top. Matumba Man already sweeping back over to Empire's side of the map, has eyes on FN. Those Resolutions around as well. Rezo sitting in the middle lane.
It really tells what Liquid's idea is in this game. The fact that he goes for the Deso rather than go for something like an Orchid. Because Orchid this game versus Pox versus Weaver versus Vac, he's extremely potent this, so far. But he wants to be that big physical damage dealer because he is pretty much their one hero. They have a Necro who's going to be building towards that Radiance, as we see Miracle getting very close to it, actually. but he is the big physical objective taker. He's the one who hits buildings, so he doesn't really care about killing heroes. That's not the nature of Liquid's lineup. It's about that siege.
And up top, Empire looking for the easier kills.
Well, GH is they're gonna chase him down here. It looks like.
With the blinding light and the force
stuff.
stuff, yeah, it's too much. Too much distance for Empire to close. They can look to put some pressure on this top tower. Ghostic and Roger in the neighborhood. That's so. Back up in 25.
GH has like a specific formula. It's always like Tranquils, Windlace, and Force Step, so he's got that extra movement speed to get away from those ganks too. They're so comfortable playing around with this hero. Look at how much they're farming. They're all kind of like positioned around each other. Right now, it's not the time for Liquid to force anything. They're like, all right, finish up our next big items. The Radiance, of course, or Miracle, which is about 100 gold away. Yeah. Nothing else that's too massive other than the Ags on the coming, perhaps a BKB maybe on.
Top lane GH, my control in there for the defense. Empire though, they still want to jump. Ghostic comes in, Primal roars down to the Batrider. But Rezo, he's still ready to fight, throws out the bugs. There's the track as well, connection onto GH, forces himself back. But Rezo and Roger chase him down into the tree line. That'll be one track kill. Now mind control, he's surrounded by 3. Does have the backup of Kuro coming in onto Ghostic. Ghostic will go down, but Empire looks like they make another cleanup. The Shuriken bounces, double kill for Rezo. They're into the trees as well, looking for Kuroki. He'll pop the stick charges, trying to juke it out, but with the track vision, there's no escape. Thing.
Godlike already.
Triple kill for Rezo, all track kills as well there, as he's very close to having that diffusal blade done. In fact, taking this tower will pretty much put him in that position. Lane, Roger, let's get the track onto Matumba. Rezo already there in position.
God,
Rezo, can he go for this on his own? It's a little bit tricky, this one. This spider is incredibly scary, and with Miracle there, Rezo's got to be careful. Will time-lapse back out of it, knows that this is not a kill he can take.
The damage from Insatiable Hunger and Desolator.
Intrigued to see what Matumba Man goes for next as well. A lot of money on this spider. Almost certainly considering his options. I mean, are there any sort of items that scream out as incredibly good to have early on in this game?
The BKB is decent, just the magic resist AR, the magic Mimi versus Bat and Puck. Or you can go for the Manta to remove that obnoxious track all the time to the more defensive ones.
Right,
Rezo just non-stop
wanting to play around with this. They've got the puck here as well. F-Bat ready to go. Drops down the Dream Coil. Mind control. He'll turn. He does have a Primal Roar, but he's silenced up. There's no escape for this Beastmaster. And Rezo just continuing the streak. 10 kills already on this Weaver. Yet to die. And that was without the diffusal. He has that now as well.
13 of 14 kills with Rezo running around.
Absolutely insane. Blame Aposhka. Will be fine. Miracle. Quite close enough to get off that Reapers to hold him back. Overall still, as we can see, slight net worth lead here for Liquid.
Yeah, just about 4K.
So in fact, the Miracle Amateur farming a little bit better, but it's incredibly close.
Yeah.
GH though, I mean it's going to be another freebie here for Rezo and the gang. Tracks out as well. And I mean, Resolution, they're
just giving him every kill.
His life. I mean, this is insane. Rezo is going to be such a threat this match. If he's not shown to be one already. This Weaver becoming a massive issue. Matumba Man, indeed, as you suggested, going for the Manta style to give him a bit of a chance against these silencers. Tracks top lane. Kuro jumped upon by Ghostic. It is only Ghostic and Roger. We see they have enough damage. Flame break out does cancel the charge there. And with him in the Firefly, that should about do it, and it does. Another kill. And I've got to say, 21 minutes into the game, this is so many track kills.
Yeah. He's already hit the level 12 threshold on the Bounty Hunter, so that's where it actually becomes a lot more useful for your teammates and for yourself.
Being eyed up by Matumba and Mind Control. They do have the Primal Roar, but again, without Lincolns, it's hard to make a go. In fact, there's the wraparound around from Roger. FN drops the Dream Coil. Track starts to get laid out. They've got them onto both. Death Track there as well. Matumba getting bursted down low. FN coming forward with the Reaper side down. It's not enough. Time-lapse is out. Resolution survives. Turns back towards Matumba Man. Matumba, can he survive with the Insatiable Hunger? He can't. Matumba Man's down. Kuro looking to charge forward, trying to get the Witch Doctor. Will find it. The Resolution survives. It's just a 1-for-1. Empire only losing the support again. Getting track kills at a big kill as well, bringing down Matumba, who was at the time top of the net worth.
Rezo living again though, that's He's becoming way too big. He's becoming a massive problem. Another crack.
And he just picks up line control. In fact, maybe he's got a double damage. Rezo's got a double damage. This is so damn scary. Looks towards Miracle and Kuroki. He'll take the tower first under their nose. And now he says, now I'll come back to look towards you. Don't get back down. Can he get out of this one? He's bringing Miracle down there with the Shikuchi. Does it?
Oh my God.
As well. Ghosting with the lasso. Grabs CH, brings it back. They get the full team wipe. Empire here on this main stage, dominating Liquid in these team fights. Resolution going absolutely ham, and it isn't just the Rezo show, it's his full team enabling him. The track plays Roger on this bounty hunter. Just getting so much done for the team. And you see Rezo, he's just focusing the tower. He wants the tower first, then he turns back for the kills. And again, playing on the edge of his life, does not have time-lapse yet to rely on, and he just swags it out of there with the Shikuchi.
It was actually so close to him dying there. But you see how aggressive he's playing? There's like no downtime right now for Rezo. Every single situation, it's not like he goes back to farm. He just goes, looks for a rune, goes for a kill, non-stop looking for GH to try to punish Liquid. Since he is still pretty hard to kill. The only real thing that they have for him is the Spirit Breaker, but with that Linkens, it's a very tough thing to bring down. This Weaver is very elusive. Now with the full Maelstrom picked up, gonna be going for the BKB next. When he's got that magic immunity, it's gonna be very scary for Liquid. But now, you know, Liquid's draft is all about getting that Aghanim timing, and it's getting closer and closer. 1600 away for GH now.
Roshan is up. We'll see it either side. Looks to take it. We saw previously Liquid can find it. Liquid themselves, they will get a free pick here. Roger caught out in the river. Leaves the side down, make sure that bounty's out for as long as possible. 65 seconds without that bounty hunter.
Liquid's gotten pretty tired of all these invis mechanic bugging them so much so. Yep, gem picked up. No more of those shenanigans.
They need
fire.
Control both Roger and Rezo.
They're having too much impact on the map, and knowing when to take fights. Rezo's just showing up to all of them from that bounty hunter, giving him all the vision. Roche is back up now. Does get scouted out. And Liquid has a very good team to Roche with his Insatiable Hunger and the Beastmaster.
They got away with it last time. Liquid looking like they have a pretty good shot at getting away with it again. Rezo is in the neighborhood though. A couple of hits on Takura already. This will be procced. He has to be a little careful now in case he gets locked down further. He tried to turn towards Kuro, but the charge is going to get the kill. No, Rezo! He's forced out! Rezo will survive for the time being. No, the Reaper side comes in. Massive kill for Liquid. Now they can look for more. Miracle up on the high ground to get dragged back by Ghosting. Empire have to back off with Rezo gone.
Dead for 90 as well.
Such a huge kill, an insane amount of gold as well going towards Miracle, about 850 for that. Ending the streak.
Yeah, and experience as well. That's a very over-leveled Weaver. They get a chunk going for them. Now they get the Aegis and the Cheese. They're starting to pick up more ways to break that Linkens now with Dagon as well. So that's the thing, is that they don't have a crazy amount of stunts for the Weaver, but sometimes Spirit Breaker can just be enough with the Beastmaster as well.
We saw there as well, Rezo maybe relying too much on his team, getting a bit overconfident, and he did decide to stand the ground and try and finish off Kuroki.
Yeah.
But it really did come back to bite him, and now 50 seconds without the Weaver, with an insane amount of pushing power from this Broodmother. Empire could lose a lot here in this mid lane if Liquid wish to stick around with this Aegis. We'll see how well the rest of the four of them can keep them out of it. But they're standing their ground. Now with the Maledict and the Dream Coil, Tumba's got to be careful about the Tumba.
Dead once, but he's got Aegis.
Will they go back in now the Aegis is gone? That's the question. Miracle gets the tower at least. And Liquid will back off after that. So Aegis expended, but it did get them that tier 3 tower. Now they can look at the shrines.
Yep. Aghanims is about to be done now. This is the most important thing. And Beastmaster is also building for Halberd, so more and more ways to break that Linkens. All they're looking for. If they can just have that disabled, then it's super hard for this Weaver to actually get in the fight. He's elusive, but not once his Linkens is down.
Yeah, and as we saw that just there, if Rezo's out of the game, Liquid pretty free reign to do what they wish in terms of pushing, taking objectives against the other four. They need Rezo alive for that hard-hitting physical damage.
FN's starting to get up there too. No, 4-1 and 6.
We'll see it again here. I mean, it's a resolution as you can see. He turns back towards Kuro. Feels like he can get the kill, but immediately, once that charge comes through, does get the initial time that's off, but Miracle beautifully holds onto that Reaper's side. Make sure it's there for the second time, and the big kill is granted for Liquid.
Yeah, Liquid knows they just need to pretty much expend everything on this Weaver. Yeah. The other ones, their damage, they can be annoying, but it's nothing in comparison to what the Weaver's doing.
Now Liquid is ready to come down mid again. The wall's working on the shrine.
Empire needs BKB on Weaver, and a secondary Lincoln would actually be super useful.
But someone comes forward, but he will get caught under the sentry. First track's out, then look about the flame break, has the man to start dead forward as well. Ghosting, being charged upon, he'll get your stuff. With Miracle, Kuroki closed the gap, jump over the nether, strike the Reaper's side. That's Ghosting down for 80 seconds. Already on the back
getting
line.
isolated.
Resolution's gone as well.
There's no buyback, that's 70 seconds.
70! Empire, they may begin to crumble as Liquid seemingly breaking them apart here. They'll get the mid-racks off the back of that. Ghosting buys back, but nothing they can do to keep this mid lane alive.
The heals are, it's now nighttime though. Liquid has to retreat completely, but like we were saying, that 24 to 28 minute mark is pretty much where I always see GH get that Aghanims online, and Liquid makes that push time.
They're so good at playing around it. And Rezo, he can't afford to get caught out like that. We saw him try and come in from the back lines, get himself involved.
Needs the BKB, like you said. He needs it now at this point. Deal with that gem that my control's picked up. He can't be that elusive, obnoxious hero that he was before, weaving into the back lines, finding GH and isolating him. They always see him when he runs in now.
Yeah, especially with this Dagon scaling up on Miracle.
Yeah.
They get any sort of lockdown onto Resolution, and they will be able to easily burst in.
Now we've got the BKB for Matu, build that we kind of expected, the Manta BKB versus what Empire has to show.
And then, he spotted out here, they've got the charge upon him.
He can pick up the Lincolns here before he goes out.
And he does.
Got it finished.
That's the Lincoln's purchase.
Still getting charged out though. Does have boot to travel, so he's pretty speedy.
He's got Orb again in a second. See if he can continue to play around with Liquid. There's the Dream Core holding back Kuroki.
Should be fine.
And that indeed will allow FN that free pass to get back to base. Resolution, yeah, in terms of that BKB, still a bit of a while to go. About 2,000 and they'll have it.
They've got a couple minutes though, downtime for the. They've got about 2.5 minutes till Liquid groups up again and goes for that push. Aegis isn't the important. Aegis and Cheese doesn't really matter for what Liquid has. All they care about is daytime for that Aghanims Coddle. Empire trying to take advantage of that with the smoke.
See what
they know something's up. They actually started pinging it. The Beastmaster, see my control started pinging. He had the Hawk overhead where they were smoked up.
Yeah, Liquid well out of the path here of Empire. Very much grouped up on this high ground. In fact, Empire do continue to move around. Liquid themselves could look to have the favorable position to fight. Still continuing. Balls around the posture. He's going to try and TP out here. Will he make it in time? He does the charge. Not quite close enough to connect.
Unable to find anything during that nighttime. Still about almost 2 minutes left on it. See if Empire is able to do anything still with that. But Rezo still trying to get closer and closer to that BKB. 1,300 away. That's what they mean. They need that BKB to take the fight versus Liquid at that next daytime.
I mean, and then sure, when he has the BKB and the Lincolns, he's going to be harder to catch, but there's still ways that they can work around it. They have multiple ways of still breaking that Lincolns through the BKB. So if Liquid's execution is absolutely tip-top, they can still control him, and they can definitely still kill him with the damage that Matuma Man's offering, with the punches. I mean, even with just mind control, having that aura, getting a few bashes through from Kuro.
Just doing a favor for everybody, telling them the rush time.
Have got to watch out.
Like playing Weaver versus Splitbreaker is so difficult, just because how naturally tanky the hero is, and just how easily he can actually lock you down with his two spells. This BKB piercing disables. And Rezo's trying his best to get that BKB though.
Exactly the rest of the way that the lineup of Liquid's going as well. Matumba queuing up the Basher, and once he gets Basher Abyssal, even harder for Rezo in these fights. Really has to keep his distance.
30 seconds till day. Liquid's already got the lanes pushed out. Bottom lane is not a great spot for them, but they don't care about that bottom lane. The only one that really pushes hard on Empire is Resolution, so they want to do their push timing. And they push very hard with that Beastmaster.
Empire's got to get back and do something about this. Miracle still with the cheese ready for this push. Dagon scaled right up as well. If they catch anyone, they should be able to instantly get themselves that kill with the Reaper's side. 5 seconds and Rezo will be able to TP back for the time being. He's putting the pressure on that bottom lane. It's to try and get that tier 3. Slowly but surely he's going for it now. He'll TP back. There's the charge onto Miposhka Dream Coil. Will hold the gun on the back row. Ghosting. Comes in. Grabs in mind control. Drags him right back. The Death Ward's down as well. Mind control. Falling low. He's gone. Matuma Man will find the kill off the Witch. Starts to pop his BKB. Moving towards Ghosting. Resolution on the side, trying to work in onto Miracle. Miracle has the Ghost right now. Solution BKB does well, but they've lost Ghosting. But Tumberman just manning up, moving in. Rezo, can he find Miracle? Is getting close, and he will. Does take Miracle down. They're holding back Liquid, but Tumberman does finally get the tier 3 charge. The connection, the bash. No! Time lapse just in time from Resolution. Now looking back towards Kuroki, tracks out upon him. Double kill for FN, but Tumberman and GH, they're still in the base. Can they actually get out away from these two? There's going to be a buyback from Kuroki, looking to try and get back in the fight and help out. GH healed up by the blast. Rezo falling low. He does not have the time lapse again. He's got to be careful. GH indeed bringing him in on Rezo. He's going to get taken down. Down for 80. And now with Rezo gone, Liquids, they'll be able to easily clean up a second lane of Rex. There's still a tier 2 down bottom. We'll see how much Liquid can do. I don't know if they can necessarily go for the game. I mean, the mic comes back up in a second. Maybe they can just look to finish it now.
They can just keep recalling everybody.
Just got Tumberman just becoming this absolute beast of a spider. They cannot deal with him. And as we saw, they know GH just bringing the team in, and with the 4 of them there, they may be able to just go for the game. 50 seconds, no Rezo, no Witch Doctor. I don't think Empire can stop this. The push is too much from Liquid.
The Illuminate heals, the blinding light, just everything coming into factor there. It's too much for Rezo to kind of deal with, and being able to Kuroki to buy back.
I mean, they're trying their best, but immediately the blinding light making sure the Ghosting cannot get him out of there. And now with the Ancient exposed, GG is called. Liquid, so damn good with utilizing the Keeper of the Light. GH pulling together that final finishing push.
Just see how comfortable they are on it. It's literally like, it's so methodical, and it's, all right, it's like a minute and a half before daytime. They already start solving their lane issues, and then they all gather up and go toward that top lane. Kuroki buys back, and this is the power of the Coddle. If he doesn't die early on in the fight, he can always just keep recalling people with the buybacks as well, etc. They can always just keep outnumbering. My control died right away at the start of the fight. That was like the perfect execution from Empire, but Liquid just a bit too strong at that point with that daytime heal.
Yeah, they had the perfect out for that game. They're Liquid. They knew how they needed to finish it. They hit their timing. Yeah. And again, despite Rezo's great play, great farm, incredible start in that early mid game, the couple of times he was caught out, didn't have buyback.